What's good, Joe? Welcome to my review for the NXT Takeover. Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, this takeover was phenomenal. This takeover was a lot better than Takeover in Your House. Takeover in Your House was an amazing show, but it didn't really feel like it. Now, yes, this show felt a lot better. The card was a bit more solid, in my personal opinion. I thought a lot of the matches were better as well. And, I thought this was overall the superior show. I mean, it's still not takeover when you don't got the crowd and everything. Don't get me wrong, the NXT guys brought it tonight, but 16,000 screaming at a takeover show. I mean, come on, you can't really beat that, my guy. But anyway, without further ado, let's just jump right in, man. So we start the show off. We have Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher for the opening of the match. This match was really good. Not really my cup of tea. These like super technical submission-based matches. Like I can appreciate like when I watch. I'm more impressed by Zack Sabre because that man could just like move his body like a fucking octopus or whatever and do these ridiculously crazy holds. But that's not my style. I can enjoy it. I can appreciate the work. But it's not my style. I'm more of a, you guys know me, I'm more of a John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Johnny Gargano type of guy. You know that's more my style. But this match was great. You had Timothy Thatcher, of course, going and like doing the 1,001 fucking holds on Finn Balor, working on his knees. One spot that I remember, he locked in the Kimura and all that other stuff. A bunch of crazy holds. Legit, he's like a fucking magician out there with like a magician or whatever. It's crazy. But one thing I found kind of hilarious is that when Finn went for the coup de grace, but Timothy dodged it, and once he fell and he started like holding his knee, the look on Timothy Thatcher's face when he knew his knee was injured was hilarious. As he just starts rushing, attacking him, locks in the single leg crab and everything. Good shit. But anyway, Finn Balor ends up winning this match with the 1916 DDT. And yeah, Finn Balor now has 12 wins at TakeOver, the most in TakeOver history. So kudos to the Prince. So next up we have, without a doubt, was the match of the night, the ladder match for the NXT North American title, featuring Damian Priest, Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano, who else? Oh, Cameron Grimes! Hey, I'm gonna take it to the moon! And of course, the Velveteen Dream. Alright, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Let us address the elephant in the room right now so I don't have to bring this shit up later on. We all know what the Dream was accused of back on the Speaking Out movie back in, like, what was it, fucking June? We all know what happened. And apparently Triple H said that they did an investigation. He was clear. Now the dude that accused him said, "Oh, WWE never talked to me." Now, the dude could be lying. He could be telling the truth. But then again, WWE themselves might have talked to him. But the proper authorities probably did. Maybe the Orlando police, the fucking FBI. Surely somebody talked to the kid. And of course, since he made his return and everything, people are demanding his head and want his job. Me personally, you guys know me. I am not a member of the court of a public opinion that is Twitter. I am, of course, you are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So until he is proven guilty in a court of law for his crimes, I am going to still support Patrick Clark. So now, do I say it is far too late for him to bring the back? Yes. They should have waited till next year, or at the very earliest, till after World Games to bring back the Dream. It is too soon. Anyway, let's get that out of the way and let's just chop on the match. So, Bronson Reed actually came out dressed up as like wearing Bam Bam Bigelow inspired attire, so cool. It looked really cool. And my man Johnny Gargano came out with like this stuff based off of like he had the jacket of that dude that was the main villain or before the Kree took over of Captain Marvel, and he was wearing something that was like, and the colors he was wearing for his main gear looked amazing. Apparently it's based off of something for like Star-Lord or something. I don't know, because from the main event gear Twitter, Instagram that they mentioned, they showed like this picture of Star-Lord with the colors. So I don't know what that was from, but hey, it looks fucking cool. That's probably some of my favorite Johnny Gargano gear. So Damian Priest won this match. This match is absolute batshit insanity. And also one thing I forgot to mention is that for some reason Marlo was not on commentary. Beth was. I don't know why he wasn't. I assume maybe because he just wasn't available for this day. Maybe he had some prior commitment with Showtime. I don't know why he wasn't there. Instead, they had Corey Graves, which You guys know my opinions on him. I'm like, seriously, man, like, why him? You couldn't get Samoa Joe to do the job instead? He's far better of a color commentator than Corey Graves ever will be. He's no Nigel. Now, me personally, I prefer Nigel out of the three, but Samoa Joe, he at least someone can give you that Marlo and Ronaldo kind of energy in some sense. Like, the commentary was great overall, but it's not Takeover without Marlo, man! Like, come on! I need my Mamma Mia's! But anyway, this match is crazy, and actually Corey mentioned on commentary when Cameron Grimes made his entrance that, like, he probably comes from a very shallow gene pool. Because, you know, rednecks fuck their sisters. I love redneck jokes, but man, I gotta say this right now, man, it's crazy to see how well Cameron Grimes' career has turned NXT since the breakout tournament. Man, it's almost like Jordan Miles could have had the same career if he was patient and learned how to learn to shut his fucking mouth. Yeah, I'm gonna take any opportunity I can to bury him because fuck Jordan Miles. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't like to refer to that slave name right. Oh, I'm sorry, Jordan. It's Super ACH. How? Forgive me for calling you by a slave name that you fucking chose. Anyway, I digress. I buried the man enough in my video. I did a while ago. So, whatever. Anyway, this match was awesome. Cameron Grimes, I've loved Cameron Grimes. Since he started like doing his own thing after the breakout tournament, he's been like one of my personal favorites. Like, woohoo! I'm Cameron Grimes, and I'm gonna take it to the moon. You know, I love him. I love him. Absolutely love it, man. The Dream is great. I like that he's trying. I'm really digging the heel gimmick he's doing, and Johnny's heel work has been phenomenal. But anyway, so one of the craziest spots in this match was, without a doubt, when, okay, you had Cameron Grimes, like there were these two ladders that were right next to each other, and Cameron Grimes was climbing up both. He had 1 foot on each of the ladders. And then Damian Priest and I believe Johnny Gargano come in there, and they pull the ladders away from him until he's pretty much doing the splits. And then Bronson Reed kind of like goes under him, looks at him, and he falls down. Bro, my balls felt that one. That had to have hurt. Him doing the splits, man, that had to have hurt, man. But anyway, you also had fucking Damian Priest become Shelton Benjamin. There was a ladder on top. There was a ladder propped against the ropes. He ran over there and did a cannonball off. It looked amazing. You had Bronson Reed stack everybody in one corner, and they just like dives onto it. Crazy shit, man. It looked pretty crazy. And then you had probably the craziest spot of the match was. You had Cameron Grimes and Johnny Gargano on these two ladders. Johnny goes for a sunset split powerbomb onto Cameron Grimes, and Cameron lands on the hard edge, the side of the hard edge, not up flush on where the rails are, but the side of it, the hard edge of it, and he lands back first, neck first, head first. Bro, that had to have sucked to have landed there, because that does not look like that's a pleasant place to land when you're going on top of a ladder. Yeah, that got him out. You also had Velveteen Dream go for his like elbow drop, and he like does this whole pose, and he realizes he like hit the title, so when he sees it, he's like, oh shit, he's like rushing to grab it, but of course he doesn't get it. Which, funny enough, JD actually mentioned in his video that he didn't think Velveteen Dream was going to win, which I was like that too. I didn't think Triple H would go that far as a fuck. I didn't think Triple H would be that ballsy. But he said, mentioned in his heart, like deep down, he wanted to win just to see Twitter implode, which, hey man, I would have joined him right there, got a lawn chair out, grabbed me a Pepsi, and laughed with him as we see Twitter go up in flames. And everyone's like, oh my god, the Dream! It's Jenny! Oh my god! He's a predator! He's this, he's that! I'm like, it would have been hilarious to watch if I'm being real, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna be real, I thought that would have been pretty hilarious. Anyway, so after that crazy spot, you also had Johnny Gargano think he was gonna win the match, but Damian Priest comes there and claps him and does like that clap thing, which sends him down with the angle and everything. How that was filmed looked amazing. You also had this crazy ladder spot with Velveteen Dream where it looks like he's about to get the title, but Bronson Reed pushes, I believe it was Bronson Reed, pushes him off the ladder, and he lands into like these, and he lands like fucking halfway across fucking Full Sail, where he like goes over the guardrails into these two tables. It looked crazy, man. It looked, the Dream can fly, ladies and gentlemen. We can all say the Dream can fly. But anyway, let's get to the end of the match so then we can get on to what was the most surprising match of the night. We'll get to that in a sec with Adam Cole. But anyway, so Johnny Gargano's up there. He's on top of the ladder. He's pretty much the only person there. Oh, and I almost forgot. Candice LeRae got in the action. She kicks. First off, Cameron Grimes goes for the goes upwards up to the ladder or glides up the ladder. But not Cameron. Candice comes in there, she pulls him down, and then she just pushes the ladder down, starts folding it and pushing it out of the way, and Cameron's like, what are you doing? And then he kind of sets, he builds up to he's gonna slap her, but then Candice comes in there and starts slapping him around. Johnny gets in on the action, then she does a hurricane run off the top rope onto Cameron Grimes, falling into everybody else. But the craziest part, it looks like Candice might have broken her jaw or something, is she's on top of the ladder. You have Bronson Reed going up. You have Bronson on top of the ladder. She grabs on top of him. She's trying to hold him back, pushing the title away from him. But then he kind of grabs her arms, wraps them around his neck, and then my man dives from the top of the ladder, which had to be over 10 feet. Right onto Johnny Gargano, and my God, the way Candice's jaw landed right on her neck, it looked like she might have broken it or something. I don't think she did, but she probably could have. And Johnny, man, gets splatted. Oh my God, Bronson Reed's fucking top rope dive he does. You couldn't pay me to take that thing. You could not pay me to take that. But anyway. After that, but anyway, so let's get to the end. So Johnny Gargano goes and grabs the belt off the ladder, but right when he starts to get it off, then you have Damian Priest comes in there and he grabs onto it, and then they're probably having this little tug of war for the title while it's still on top of the thing. It reminded me a lot, and I even tweeted this out. It reminded me a lot of the ending spot from the ladder match between Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels back at No Mercy 2018, I believe was a show where they kind of fought over the title for a bit, but that one Chris ended up winning the match. This time, Johnny ends up letting go, ends up losing his grip, and Damian Priest is your new North American champion. Great, excellent choice. I was kind of hoping Johnny would win, but I had a feeling that Damian Priest was probably going to win. And it's great. I'm glad to see he's finally champion. I love Damian Priest. He's one of my favorites on NXT currently. And yeah, I can't wait to see what Triple H has in store with the NXT champ or with the North American title on Damian Priest. So let's get to the craziest match of the night. Adam Cole, baby, versus Pat McAfee. Holy shit! Can Pat McAfee knows how to wrestle? This match was shocking to watch. Legit. Now, I, like a lot of people, initially hated the idea of him going on to NXT. I'm like, NXT! I wasn't as far as you saying NXT, we loved his dead, although I will agree with him, NXT definitely is not the same as it once was. Not saying that's a bad thing, NXT still shits on the main roster, but it's definitely not as the same as it used to be a couple years back. But anyway, I hated this match. I was telling him and Eli Moore, bam, NXT is starting to lose its way and all this shit. This match stuff, why is it on TakeOver, this, then the third, why is he even on the show, and all this other shit. And then we got, the initial attack, the pun kick, that was done really well. The promos from both Pat McAfee and Adam Cole were both fantastic in their own right. And then we got to the match, and even though Adam Cole did indeed lead Pat McAfee to this great match, but Pat McAfee was no slouch either. That man knows how. Now, apparently the man has been training for a couple years now, which you can tell because of half the crazy shit he does, man. I was shocked with how good Pat McAfee is. And any people that were criticizing this match and him and saying he has no business in the ring and all this shit, he shut us all up tonight, man. My opinion still stands that this shit should not have an NXT, but hey man, I'm gonna be real. I wouldn't mind seeing another match with Pat McAfee. I would not mind seeing one more match with him. Maybe not against Adam Cole or him in War Games with the Undisputed Era, but I wouldn't mind watching. The man got talent, man. Like I said before, it was shocked. So first off, you got of course Adam Cole. He comes in there by himself. Pat McAfee brings his own goons, and he also has his own entrance music, which I won't lie. Pat McAfee's entrance music fucking slaps. It is really good. I was like, yo, this thing, why does it slam so much? Was what I posted on Twitter. Anyway, We get to them anyway. So after that, Pat McAfee, of course, brings in his guys, and they kind of just stay in the corner and by no business. Then we start the match off. Starts off with a headlock and they're just kind of like feeling each other out. Probably should have been a little bit more intense, but you know, whatever. And then eventually Pat McAfee like goes outside the ring. He just kind of stays out there. Adam Cole gets out of the ring and tries to chase after him, but then his guys come in and blocks Adam Cole. Then the UE comes out, and then they're kind of just like both like pushing each other, getting each other's faces, you know. No brawls are breaking out, but what else is going on? Pat McAfee fucking goes on the top rope and hits a swanton bomb. Yes, you heard me right, a swanton bomb that looked almost as good as when Jeff does it. And if you thought that was a Christian, no. Man was not done man was not done impersonating Shelton Benjamin over here. Like, this man is athletic, and so then we have this one spot where Adam Cole is on the top rope. Okay, Pat is going for like a superplex. Adam pushes him off. The dude does a fucking backflip, lands on his feet like he's Ricochet, jumps in a single leap all the way to the top rope, and then hits a superplex in all one fluid motion. At this point, I'm like, okay, this man knows his shit. What the hell? I underestimated him, and I will give this man, like JD, I will give the man his props and admit when I'm wrong. The man knows how to work. I was just in shock when I saw them. Like, what the hell? And like, yeah, man, like this match was way better than it had any real right to be. Adam Cole did his thing, you know. Of course, Pat held his own as well, and the match, of course, then the match got crazy. Pat eventually goes for his punt kick thing, and when he hit that thing, I legit thought Pat was gonna win. And I even tweeted out that gif of like, I'm not gonna lie, they had us in the first half, you know, that whole that gif. I posted and then the rest starts counting. I'm like, he's like 1, 2, but then Adam kicks out. At that point, I'm like, whoa! They had me there for a second. I thought they were gonna give Pat the win. I was hoping not, but I was about to. Whoo. They had me going there for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, afterwards, Adam Cole looks like he's about to go for the last shot, but then he's like screaming at Pat, like looking like, get up, look at me when I finish you, and this, that, and the third. He's just screaming at Pat McAfee. He eventually says, no, fuck it, and then he goes for the Panama Sunrise and gets the 3 count. Absolute crazy match. If you guys did not watch it, go back and watch it. Pat McAfee knows how to wrestle. I was shocked at how good he is for a fucking punter. He's a punter and he's out here doing backflips. Like, what? Hey man, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong about Pat McAfee. The dude knows his shit. So hey man, kudos to him, and that man earned his paycheck. So next we then have the women's match between Dakota Kai and Io Shirai. Io retained the title for this one. No surprise there. I don't know what they're gonna do with with Dakota now. I don't know if she's getting called up or they're just gonna kind of like leave her just around. I don't know. But this match was amazing as well. Io was great. I love Dakota. They're two of my favorites in NXT right now. I love them. Match is great. Of course, the one part was crazy. Was, of course, let's talk about the ref bump. So Io was about to knock into the ref, but like these refs, I swear to God, these refs can't take a hit for shit. If you so much as push them, they start sent flying 50 feet around the match for like 10 minutes or however long it is. They can't take shit. So he goes in. So Io was about to run into the ref into the corner, but she manages to stop herself, and then Dakota goes in there with that haluva kick she does in the corner, which takes out the referee. Io goes for her picture-perfect moonsault, and everyone starts counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the ref is down. Eventually, Raquel Gonzalez gets involved, hits this choke slam, power bomb hybrid thing, and I'm thinking Dakota might win. Then she grabs the ref, she waits up the ref, and he starts counting 1, 2, kick out. But yeah, man, eventually keep going out for a while, and Io hits her moonsault, and of course gets the win. This match, like I said, was fantastic, man, and If you had to guess, if you had to ask me who I think is going to take the title off of Io, it's probably going to be Candice. I mean, they had an amazing match at Takeover Toronto, I believe it was. So, and if now that the stakes are going to be higher with the championship, I think that's going to be one amazing match. And I just look forward to seeing that, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, so let's move on to the main event of the evening. Karrion Kross versus Keith Lee. I love the build for this match. I thought it was great. The promos from Keith were fantastic. Where he starts like he was cursing too, like bullshit, and like I'm a whoop dad ass. And Keith Lee, man, that man is a master of a promo. He does such a great job. So of course you get the crazy entrances from Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux, which I love their efforts. I love their theme. I love everything about this. I mentioned this in my review for Takeover in Your House, which we also got an ad for that Tommaso Ciampa will make his return next week. So they make their entrances. They start going at it. The match starts up pretty fast and furious. Keith goes right into it and does that shoulder tackle he does. From there, they're just going at it. Like Keith punches the plexiglass, which actually a part of the blood just kind of falls off. You had another one where Keith gets his hand stuck between the barricade and the plexiglass, and Karrion Kross hits it to take him out, hits it to and then from there he starts, and then the match slows down a lot, and it's just nothing but arm bars and shit of Karrion just focusing on his arm to make sure to get rid of his ability to hit the BBC, that power bomb he does, the spirit bomb, and all that shit, take out his power hit. So after what has been 8 minutes of just arm bars and submissions, the match starts to pick up again, and he starts hitting that acai move, that slam he does. I forget what it's called. And then, but of course he kicks out. He hits him with that. He goes into that straight jacket submission. The ref is shaking Keith Lee's arm, making sure he's awake. He rises up and he drops it, but Keith starts to get up and he manages to get the ropes. But then Karrion Kross hits that side slam from the second row from Keith Lee, hits Keith Lee with that sideways slam, that finisher he does, off the second rope, and then gets the 1, 2, 3. Absolutely, this match is pretty good. I would say it was a little bit disappointing. I was expecting something more like the Dominic Dijakovic matches, but this one was still great, and it's alright. Not as good as it could have been, but still a very solid match. Now, one thing, JD actually mentioned is that when I rewatched the match again, because I was having some buffering issue when I watched it live, he mentioned that you would that there was so much happiness and duty from Scarlett Bordeaux, because of course you guys don't know what happened with her and Kross, where they left Impact because they weren't struggling to make ends meet. She asked for a raise. Impact told her to get another job, and they weren't using Killer Kross. They wouldn't let him work in Mexico. It was its own crazy ordeal in and of itself. But when you see her, when her husband is finally the NXT champion, and she just slapping her husband's chest and everything, you could see the happiness exuded from her. Finally, of everything they've been through with Impact, they're now at the top of the world. But we found out, actually, JD mentioned this on his live stream while he was live, that apparently Karrion Kross is a separate tour. When I rewatched it, I was looking to see if I could find out what spot it was, and I couldn't really tell. I'm assuming it might have been from that sideways slam he did to Keith Lee off the second rope, because that's a lot of weight right there from Keith Lee. As we know, Keith is one big dude. He's no cruiserweight by any stretch of the imagination, even though he moves like one. But anyway, man, so, yeah, we don't know how long he's going to be out, if he's going to have to relinquish the title or everything, but if he does, he's out for a while. Man, that sucks for Keith, man, that sucks for Karrion Kross and Scarlett, because they were on top of the world, man, but we'll find out on NXT this week, whenever that airs, and yeah, man, overall, I'm going to give this show a 10 out of 10. I didn't watch AEW this week. I probably won't watch it until Monday, honestly, because Sunday I got all the DC fandom videos I got to record, reactions and everything, and tomorrow SummerSlam, so I probably won't even watch Dynamite till Monday, probably. But yeah, man. Anyway, tell me down below, guys, what you guys thought of Takeover. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think this was something? Did you think this was one of the better takeovers? Did you think this was one of the weaker ones? Tell me down below what you guys' thoughts on Karrion Kross and the shoulder injury and everything. So yeah, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, follow me, Instagram, Twitter if you like, at least down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. You